Hi everybody, I'm Tim Van Orden, and this is Start Here. Today I want to talk about going from a state of inaction to a state of being in action. And you'll notice there's a space there. You've got this one word, in action, and then you've got these two words, in action. And what's the difference? There's a space. There's a pause. There's a moment. First you have to get in. You have to get into the moment. You have to get present. You have to get grounded. Then you sit with that, you allow there to be space, you allow things to show up in that moment for you, and then action naturally comes from that space. I'm not going to tell you that that's easy to do, to get in the moment and then to create that space. Not easy at all. It can be one of the hardest things there is to do. But there are some techniques and tools that you can employ to make it easier. One of the most powerful ways that I've discovered to get in the moment and then allow yourself to create that space is to derail your train of thought. What do you mean derail your train of thought? Because you're stuck in this train of thought. It's like choo-choo, there's one track and you're stuck on that track. It's not like a car that can take turns. Well, maybe I'll go left, maybe I'll go right, maybe I'll take the highway, maybe I'll take a back road. A train is like on one track, going in one direction. And that's what happens when we get stuck. When we're paralyzed, when we're afraid, often when we're depressed, we're on this one track. We can't see any other directions because there are none. There's just one track. I can't turn left. I can't turn right. There's only one track in front of me. So you've got to derail that train of thought. And you can do that by creating what I call a treasure chest. This is based on some techniques from DBT, which is dialectic behavioral therapy. And I'm a big fan. It's one of the most powerful tools out there. And one of the things that they suggest is to create what they call kind of like a toolkit or a box where you put things that you know are going to derail that train of thought. For instance, top 5 movies. What movies always put me in a good mood, always inspire me, always get me engaged? For instance, Rocky is one of those films for me. I watch Rocky and boom, I'm engaged, my train is derailed, and I'm like, all right, let's take on life. I got a bunch of movies like that. So what you do is you create this little treasure chest and you make a list. Top 5 movies. Not your favorite movies, but movies that engage you, movies that empower you, movies that move you out of whatever it is that you're in. The same goes with songs. It doesn't have to be your favorite song, but a song that you know is going to engage you and get you out of that space. It's going to derail that train. Whenever you hear it, it puts you in a certain place, a good place. So you make a list of 5 songs, 5 types of music that do that to you. You put them in that chest. Also smells. What types of smells really make you feel good? For me, there's the smell of a certain sage that you find near the coast of California. And whenever I am around sage, like in a health food store or whatever, and I smell that sage, it brings me right back to California. It brings me right back to the moments that I arrived there in LA in '97 and the possibility that awaited me and how exciting that was. So when I smell sage now, it brings me back. It's like, whoa, LA, '97, possibility. Future wide open. What smells do that for you? What smells trigger you? What smells just make you feel good? Vanilla is another one for me. You can also do this with pets. Not that you need to put your pet in a box, but put a little note in the box that reminds you, when you pet your kitty, it makes you feel good. When you go play catch with your dog, it makes you feel good. Like if you know that these activities make you feel good and put you in a good mood, write them down. Because when we're paralyzed, when we're stuck in a state of inaction, we can't think of these things. We can't think clearly. So you got to make that list when you're feeling good and put them in the box. All the things that make you feel good. All the things that take that train and jump it off the track and allow you other options of movement. You can also do this with poems. Some people are really affected by poetry or quotes. You can put some quotes in that box that you read that really engage you. They get you motivated, they get you moving, they get you inspired, they get you feeling something good. They show you that there's possibility. You can put photographs in there, places you've been. For instance, Budapest is one of my favorite places in the world. So when I look at postcards of Budapest, it brings me back, takes me there. I'm like, I'm in Budapest right now. And suddenly I'm engaged in the world again and I'm not stuck on this one track. I'm out. Anything that jumps you off that track, put it in that box, put it in that little treasure chest. And when you're feeling down, when you're feeling paralyzed, you open that box It's got a big smiley face on it that says, open me. And you open it up and you go through the stuff. This really works. It's a very, very powerful tool that psychotherapists use to help people that are in a bad state. There is a catch though. You need to create this box or this treasure chest when you're feeling good, when you're in a good place. That's when you want to make those lists. That's when you want to go through the photographs. Because when you're freaking out and panicked, paralyzed, and in a state of inaction, you can't think clearly. And you're not going to know what your favorite movies are. You're not going to know what types of music you like. When I'm in a bad state, people ask me, like, what do you want to do? And my answer is, I don't know. What kind of food do you want? I don't know. Do you want to go see a movie? I don't know. Do you like music? I don't know. And that's an honest answer when I'm in that state. And if you haven't experienced this yourself, you probably have bumped into somebody like that. They're in a tough spot and you're trying to help them, and every question you ask them, they're like, I don't know. Because they're stuck. And their cognitive brain isn't capable of giving you the answer that you want. You've got to derail that train. But what do you do if you're stuck right now and you haven't created that box yet? You're paralyzed right here, right now, and you don't have those lists. And you can't think of them because your brain is not giving you possibility. It's just showing you that one track. You're like, I don't know what to do. Well, we can borrow another technique from DBT, dialectic behavioral therapy, which is to check in with the moment, to become mindful. And one of the things they'll have you do is name 5 things that you can see right now. I can see a window. I can see a mountain through the window. I can see a house. I saw a crow just fly by. I saw a leaf blowing down. I don't know where that leaf came from because there's no leaves on the trees. I can see a camera. I can see a computer right here. Okay, now name 5 things that you can hear but can't see. I hear the fan of the computer. I hear somebody yelling in the Zumba class down the hall. I hear a car coming. Sounds like they have snow tires on by the way the treads are interacting with the pavement, some higher pitch. I hear the music in the Zumba class. I hear a big truck coming. I can tell by the sound of the tires. Okay, now I'm in the moment. Now I'm grounded. Now I'm here. Instead of being on that train, bound for hell, I'm here. It's like, okay, I'm seeing my reality. I'm listening to my reality. Okay, so I'm in. I got the in part. I'm here. I'm in this moment. Now let's create some space there so that action can show up, so the possibility can show up. So if you have that box or treasure chest already, I think that's the most powerful choice. But you've got to create that box when you're in a good mood. So if you haven't created it yet and you find that you're stuck, this is something you can do. Check in to the moment. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Check in. In, space, action. So start creating that treasure chest. See what you can come up with. And when you look at that box, it should inspire you. Make it a nice box. Make it something cool and decorated. So that all you have to do is look at the box and not even open it, and it reminds you that there's possibility in the world. I hope that helps. All right. I love you. Be well. Get in action.